Is Eli Apple still there, or is this just the charred remains of all the times he got burned there? Because I feel like cornerback also is probably a pretty solid need.
All right, Mike, we're looking at AFC North teams. Specifically, we're looking at the Cincinnati Bengals, what their offseason needs are that they need to take care of in the free agent period and also with the NFL draft coming up. Look, we'll start off with our Drake set piece here. Bottom, the do not need category. If you see them take any of these, not the best pick in low grades in any offseason moves that include this. QB, Joe Burrow is a franchise QB, absolutely. Do not need to pick a quarterback whatsoever. Linebacker, they are set. Logan Wilson, amazing linebacker, really taking care of business there. I'm also going to argue they don't need a running back. A lot of like mock drafts and stuff like that I've seen, for some reason, they want to move on from Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon, man, had a hell of a season last year, and that's an undervalued running back. I don't know why that continues to be like a team focus. Like Joe, dude, he's fine. Like his off the field antics are kind of a distraction, but he was like the sole bright spot on that offense last year. But drastic team needs. I think we can just go down the list here, Mike. What's your thoughts on this?
Are we saying wide receiver is a team need for these guys? I guess like T. Higgins is kind of up in the air. But I feel like they still got Jamar Chase. They've got, what's his name? The other dude is pretty good too, Boyd.
Yeah, I should have explained that one, Mike. So I put that in asterisks. If they do not retain T. Higgins, then I think that becomes a wide receiver is a need that they need to look at. And I also prioritize it at the end of their needs list, right? T. Higgins moves on. That's the caveat there. However, look, Tyler Boyd's a great receiver. I think he's undervalued too. Obviously, Jamar Chase is a number one, and they got plenty of weapons there. Their number one need, in my opinion, Mike, has to be a tight end. Like, you got to go out and find it. If they can trade up even and get Brock Bowers, hell, go for it. I don't know why you wouldn't, because they have. When's the last time there's been a decent, tight end in Cincinnati?
Yeah, I think Eifert was there. He was okay, right? I don't know. I mean, it's been a while. That Brock Bowers is an interesting possibility for him, Dirk. I'm wondering, is Eli Apple still there, or is this just the charred remains of all the times he got burned there? Because I feel like cornerback also is probably a pretty solid need. I don't know if they still have Pac-Man Jones on the roster, but gonna have to go. I think the Bengals need a cornerback too. That's a pretty good pick. Hey, unless you have two elite offensive tackles, an offensive tackle is always a need. So I think you're spot on there with the first three or four. I would question wide receiver being listed. I think they're still in pretty good place.
You couldn't even name Tyler Boyd.
I mean, he's the guy you pick up on waivers, and you're like, all right, I'm cool. I picked him up every time.
I mean, when's the last time you can even think about it? I said earlier that there was a decent tight end in Cincinnati.
Jay Hushmanzada. I thought he was still out there.
Dude, stop it. You're not bringing him up. Okay, that's it. That's your needs. We're canning this segment. That's the Cincinnati needs in the offseason.